Hey, thanks for reaching out. I'm just about to leave town, so I won't be able to meet, but I wanted to give you some strategies that I experimented with that really expanded my search results, and I wanted to share those with you. And hopefully, this will help sort things out. But we also have a psychology librarian that I can refer you to, and we also have other librarians that I can refer you to. So don't feel like you're stuck in this coming week. But here's how I would start if we were able to meet. So first of all, things like the Diagnostic Statistic Manual and official diagnoses and things like that, and interventions and things like that, I would go to PsycInfo. This is what social work people really like because it's very focused on assessing and then the intervention and treating. So let me show you my strategy for that, but then I have ways of expanding that too. Because this is a public policy thing. So like Australia just banned social media for kids under the age of 16. And the state of Utah is interested in doing that too. So I'm going to go to psychology, PsycInfo from the APA. So from the advanced search, the strategy that I always use is I start out with just like the bare basics. So I'm going to do internet addiction. Internet addiction, and I just want that to be in the title only. So it's going to be like the most important thing of the articles that we look at. And then I do a search. How many did we get with that? 1,400. That's kind of okay. And right off the bat, you're going to see things, and this is from like 2026. Accidentally, we might have found something that's good. Because they're not using the word intervention, they're using the word solutions. I'm going to add that to my keyword list. So you keep a keyword list in like a notepad. I'm using OneNote on my other monitor. Oh, that's a book. Fiddle faddle. But then let's go back to advanced search. And we want to do, our next keyword is intervention. And here they give you other keywords, strategies, best practices, which I've already written down. And on this one, I want it to be important, but it's probably just going to show up in the abstract, not the title. So this is going to be like the main thing. And this is going to be something that shows up later. If it doesn't show up in the abstract, it's probably not going to talk about it in the article at all. Let's see what happens now. Ooh, we go from 1,400 to 319. And that one that we had goes away because they used the word solutions instead of interventions. Let's do another one. We got to add our population. Teenagers, let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, here we go, teenagers. And remember, I put internet addiction in quotes because those are two words. And single words don't need the quotes. And I'll just say this in all fields because typically the population is fixed. And so if they say teenagers, then that's probably like the population. And that narrows us down to 8 articles, which is not great. So here's my strategy. I'm going to go back to the advanced search. As we're building this, I'll send you a screen capture of the final one. But we look for keywords. And I think we did this in class, but I went to Gemini and I said, what are psychological academic keywords related to internet addiction? And I discovered that in psychology, the term internet addiction is often debated. So we have to come around with like, what are other things that it's being called? So this means that internet addiction doesn't show up in the DSM. Oh, and there it says that right there. So they only call it internet gaming disorder, which is completely different than what we're looking at. So what we look for is other clinical terminology. So I wrote down all these in a keyword set, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. And so as you go and you find keywords, you can go in and add them. So what it's going to do is it's going to look for this one, or this one, or this one, or this one, et cetera, in the title. So let's see if we go from 8. Let's see what happens when we add all these other ones that are still in the ballpark, still in kind of that nebulous gravity field of internet addiction. It added 1. That's fantastic. I'm laughing because I'm just like, that didn't do what I wanted to do at all. So I'm going to switch to abstract. Hey, it went up to 11. What is going on? Okay, let's try another one. Let's expand out. So for intervention, let's add some keywords for that one. So I looked up intervention in this, and I found all these synonyms: intervention or support or mediating or strategies or treatment or solution. When you see this little star right there, that means strategy or strategies or strategic. And let's change teenagers. Let's expand that out. I think I just did it right in here. Oh yeah, here we go. Teenagers or adolescents or young adults or teens or youth. So you get to determine which one fits. But we're just expanding. I'm going to get rid of youth because that's kind of ambiguous. Okay, I'm going to go back to title on this one. Okay, I'm pulling the slot machine handle of academia. Let's see what happens when we have all these other options. Hey, 653! Yay! So what you can do is go by filters. Here's a couple other strategies to go from. Oh, I mean, there's one right there, exercise therapy. I love that. So get off your phone and start running. Hot dog. This worked better than I thought it would. So you can add, if you have like a body of articles that is too big, so 653, you might not want to go through all of those articles. So what you can do is narrow down. We can obviously narrow down by peer reviewed because that's probably a requirement. Let's see what it gets to. 623, so we're still good. But then you can go down and you can look at subject and you can see, are there other things going on that you want to focus down on? Another one is, there's an age range, gender, classification, methodologies, population, and all those things like that. You can also add keywords if you're interested in something specific. You can add a row and you can say exercise. Oh, and then there's more. So you can see all the articles that talk about that. Or you can sit down with a cup of your favorite beverage and just go through these and go, that one looks good, save it in a window. That one looks good, save it in a window. That one doesn't look good. Oh, emotional regulation strategies. Oh, that's great. Oh, the procrastination, mediating self. Okay, maybe mediating wasn't the greatest keyword. But you get the idea. If you find one, so here's one that talks about exercise therapy. If you find one that's good, I'm going to open it up in a new tab. Here's my strategy. Grab a citation for your notes. And in your notes, so I'm going to copy that, put it over in my notes. In your notes, go through and find something in the abstract that talks about, oh, look at that. Just find some salient quote like that, and then copy that, and then below it, write down why you downloaded that article and saved it. You should be able to build a body of articles from which you can pick from your final ones. So this is just kind of like your rough first draft. But what you can do is systematically go through all of the articles or change keywords until you find what you're looking for. So parental and adolescent, so maybe there's like family dynamics influence digital habits. You just have to go through these one by one. You can also, so this has a relevancy rating, which who knows what that's for. You can also go by date newest. So if you want to avoid the stuff that's like 20 years old, this is another way of going through things that are just been published. Interparental conflict. Oh, have the parents go to counseling, and then that'll help the problematic internet use. It sounds so easy when I say it, even though that sounds like a really difficult thing. Okay. In my email, I will send you the references of 2 people that you can reach out to next week if you run stuck on anything, and you can show them this video. But this is my recommendations, and I think this is a good place to go. Oh, I completely forgot one last thing that I was going to say. Do you remember that guide? The guide that we did in class? Was it PhD and master's help or research for social work practice? I can't remember. I'm going to cover up my face with my face, but when you go into these, PsycInfo is only one database, but you can go into sociological abstracts and see what societies are doing. You can go into PAIS and see what public institutions are enacting these things. So you could do the same keyword searches and end up with different bodies of literature of people trying stuff. So don't feel like psychology is the only way to go. Education full text, you might find like public policy written about it, et cetera, et cetera. So you're not stuck with just PsycInfo. So if you find a good set of keywords, and I'll send you the ones that I had, it essentially will be these. If you don't find what you're looking for in one database, try the other databases and see what you find. Okay.